In celebration of Labor Day, the hardworking team at Kamala HQ, which is the official account on X for the Kamala Harris campaign, got busy blowing the lid off of Donald Trump's shady past on the topic of the working class and unions. And in a labor of love and in the spirit of yes, we calm, I have all the revealing bombshells coming up next. My report for you today on Labor Day was tricky because as I was compiling it, the posts from Kamala HQ just kept coming. I'll begin with several posts featuring Trump's anti-labor and anti-union rhetoric next, and then I will share Kamala's inspiring appeal and promise to the working class from today's campaign stop in Detroit, Michigan. First up, Trump's damning and self-incriminating words against workers and unions. This clip is an unearthed video that reveals Trump, the businessman, taking exception to unions fighting for what he describes as small wage increases, and he does so with typical Trump exaggeration that makes no sense.
Same thing with the unions.
That's right.
They get their little 5%. They get another 2%. They get another 3%, 4%. Then all of a sudden they're making more money than the people that own the company.
Next, Harris HQ posted, Trump praises billionaire Elon Musk for firing workers who were striking for better pay and working conditions. An attitude that is in stark contrast to Harris's words from Detroit that I'll play in just a few seconds.
I mean, I look at what you do. You walk in and you just say, you want to quit? They go on strike. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike and you say, that's okay, you're all gone. You're all gone. So every one of you is gone and you are the greatest. You would be very good. Oh, you would love it.
And finally, in the most damaging post to Trump, Kamala HQ said, here's a montage of Trump lying to workers and failing to deliver.
If I'm elected, you won't lose one plant. You'll have plants coming into this country. You're going to have jobs again. You won't lose one plant. I promise you that.
The $10 billion Foxconn investment in an LCD plant in Racine County that never arrived. That land remains mostly empty.
Those jobs have left Ohio. They're all coming back. They're all coming back.
A large American factory stopped production today after more than half a century. 1,600 workers at the General Motors plant in Lordstown, Ohio, are affected by this.
It's hard to even fathom that I'm not going to be coming back tomorrow.
No more empty factories that sit there and rot.
Operations at GM's Warren transmission plant end today.
All the people that are left inside know this is their last shift here.
And now watch as Kamala Harris clocks in and puts the hammer to Donald Trump in this just posted video from Detroit. And you might be pleased to see that she has to pause because the crowd is so inspired by her hope and vision for the future of the working class.
But what we know is as we fight to move our nation forward, Donald Trump intends to pull us back to the past. But we're not going back. We are not going back. We're 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 not going back. So, and we know what that would look like, right? So, intends to pull us back, including back to a time before workers had the freedom to organize. As president, we will always remember Donald Trump blocked overtime benefits from millions of workers and opposed efforts to raise the minimum wage. He appointed union busters to the National Labor Relations Board, and he supported so-called right-to-work laws. And if Well, here's the thing. We have a choice here, right? And we're not going back because we also know that if Donald Trump were reelected, he intends to give tax cuts to billionaires and big corporations. He intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He wants to impose what in effect is a national sales tax on everyday products and basic necessities that will cost, and economists have said this, that will cost a typical American family almost $4,000 a year. He wants to repeal the Affordable Care Act and take us back to a time in our country which most of us remember when insurance companies, you remember, had the power to deny people coverage based on a pre-existing condition. Remember that? Deny America has tried those failed policies before, and they are failed policies. And we are not going back. We are not going back. We are not going back.
Both Harris and Trump know the path to the White House still winds through the union halls, factory floors, and working-class neighborhoods of the Midwest. Not only are several key swing states still in play there, but the symbolism of the Midwestern working class resonates with service sector employees, healthcare workers, and all blue-collar workers nationwide. This Labor Day report showed us one candidate laughing at workers being fired at scale by Elon Musk, and one candidate speaking authentically and passionately to the concerns of factory workers in Detroit, Lordstown, and beyond. And right up to November 5th, we need to work at not going back. I'm Dan, thanks for watching, and let's continue to occupy democracy together.